Okay, so today what I want to look at is analytics, and this is looking at the how-to guides for analytics. The one that I kind of want to concentrate today is on QuickSight. So if we look at QuickSight, we have one option here for QuickSight. We have Great Business Intelligence Dashboards with Amazon QuickSight. So I'm going to look at this one. And basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make sure that, as we're working through these kind of hands-on, I'm going to pick two, possibly three from each section because, you're studying for an exam here and you won't maybe kind of have time to do every single how-to guide. So I'm going to kind of pick and choose, some of the kind of main ones. And today I definitely want to look at creating business intelligence dashboards with Amazon QuickSight. And then that basically means that I can update my notes here. So I've started a new notes here for Amazon QuickSight using to create business intelligence dashboards. So I'm going to kind of update that as I'm kind of going along, and then I'll basically check it in. So it sort of says in this tutorial, I'll create data analysis, visualize the data, create stories, and share the analysis through data dashboards in the cloud using Amazon QuickSight. QuickSight is fast, cloud-powered business intelligence service that allows you to build visualizations and perform ad hoc analysis and get business insights for your data. Okay, so in this tutorial, you'll learn how to create a data set, prepare the data, create analysis, create a visual, modify the visual, and more. Okay, so let's kind of get into where we say sign into AWS. So we know that we have this. No, this is sign up for AWS. I want to sign in, which is this guy, sign into the console. So let's sort of say sign in here. Okay. I'm just going to make sure I'm in North Europe, which I basically am. Then it basically sort of says step 2, create your Amazon QuickSight account. So complete the following steps. So I'm going to open this in a new tab. And the basis sort of says in the section you'll sign up for AWS account, create an IAM user, and sign up for Amazon QuickSight. So we have an AWS account, we have an IAM user, we're integrating. Okay, signing up for an Amazon QuickSight subscription. Let's sort of see. This looks to be better steps here. So open the QuickSight landing page, which is this. Sign up. So it's kind of automatically picked up my AWS Amazon account. Okay, so I basically want to have free team trial for 30 days for authors. The monthly. Okay. So just make sure that you're kind of just choosing. So get paginated report add-on. Does the let's get rid of this one. Does the like this one for now? Okay, it doesn't tell me in this one, but when you go down here, it says create. Choose standard and enterprise. Now that's kind of strange. So if we go back here, there was enterprise and there's enterprise plus Q. So again, that's not exactly matching the documentation here. I'm going to move this over here. That's not exactly matching the documentation here because one it sort of says standard and enterprise, and here it's basically just enterprise and enterprise Q. But here they've chosen standard. So I don't know if this is going to be an issue or not, but we can go ahead. Type a QuickSight name and email and keep the remaining defaults. Okay, so basically what we're doing here is we're going in and doesn't say anything about budgeting reports. We'll kind of do that. Okay, so here it says create your QuickSight account. So we're going to use that. Doesn't give me an awful lot of information about how to actually generate this account. So use IAM federated entities, use identities. So this looks to be correct. Select the region. I'm going to pick Europe, North America. Okay, that's okay. Okay. Give your account a name. So I'm going to say Cloud Solution Architects.eu, which is going to be Cloud Solution Architects.eu, which is going to be the same as this. So here I'm going to basically just sort of saying give it a notification email address. So I'm going to say gmail.com. So it's the same email address here. QuickSight access to AWS services. Make the existing use that IAM role, which is fine. Allow access to these. Now here, you know, as we sort of said, we're all going to learn this together. So, you know, the QuickSight here, it doesn't give me a huge amount of information here about what I really should be kind of doing and selecting. So I'm kind of guessing that if you have to kind of do this, let's sort of see, select the buckets, link buckets to your, okay. So here you can actually select like your S3 buckets. Now we don't have any buckets because we're just, you know, starting this off. But basically for this tutorial, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to allow it to, you know, select the defaults. I'm just kind of looking down here because here it's going to be a zip file. It's going to be an Excel that we're connecting to. It's going to be an Excel that we're actually connecting to. So here I think we can go ahead with these defaults here and just click finish. Account name provided. Go back. Okay, we can't do that. We can't have .eu, so we just have to do Cloud Solution Architects _EU. The email address is going to be Gmail. That all looks fine now, and we click on finish. You can't do that either. So it has to be dash. Okay. So it has to be -EU, Gmail account, and finish. So I've just basically selected the defaults here for QuickSight. So this again is something, you know, you'd have to play around with this, you know, because as you kind of create more services into AWS, you know, you're going to have to sort of see which kind of really works and which really doesn't work. But I'm glad I'm kind of doing this, and if you've never kind of done this, at least you kind of get to watch the video and actually sort of see, you know, how this could kind of work for you. Okay, so it says, congratulations, you've signed up for Amazon QuickSight. Okay, so let's go back to our tutorial. So this says here, so now we're here, and again, this screenshot, Amazon didn't give me an awful lot of information about what I really would need to do for this hands-on. Plus this is not, but I do know that Amazon also sort of say, you know, it may not be exactly the same, but it's nicer when it's kind of closer to it. So now we need to create a data set. Okay, so we've sort of said, okay, so go to Amazon QuickSight. And setting up a few samples to get you started. Okay, so now connect to data, super fast, visualize and analyze, get started. Okay, cool. So we can actually sort of see our QuickSight dashboard, which is great. So then here it sort of says complete the following steps to upload your sales order. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to download my I'm going to download this zip. Okay, so that's downloaded. I'm going to just open this in Finder. And I'm going to go to my downloads and I can see my zip. And I'm going to extract it. So basically I've got my sales orders. Okay, looks good. So I'm going to, let's sort of see, you can sort of see in my My downloads now, I've got the sales orders because I've just extracted the zip here, which is fine. So let's just kind of continue with this. So here it says step 3, create the data set, complete the following steps to upload it. Okay, so manage data. We need to go into Amazon QuickSight console, manage data. So manage data, we don't have. There's a new analysis and there's manage data, and I don't see manage data. So has that moved as well? Let's see if we create new analysis, data set. I'm going to say data sets, new data set, topics, dashboards, shared folders, my folders, favorites, community. And why don't we see, let's sort of see, manage data, manage data. Couldn't find anything with manage data. Go to our dashboards. Don't have any dashboards. Analysis. New analysis. Just go in here for a second. Sales pipeline. Spice. Your data sets. New data set. Okay. So it's a little bit different. You see. So if I go back to QuickSight for a second, basically I have to. I'm kind of again right. I'm looking through this kind of tutorial. So say I don't know anything about QuickSight. You know, I'm trying to learn from Amazon here. You have to do a little bit of kind of playing around because basically sort of says here in Amazon QuickSight console manage data. Now we don't have a manage data button from what I see, right? So again, I'm not an Amazon QuickSight expert, but basically what I see, I don't see one. So if I go into new analysis and sort of say new data set, I can see here I have an upload file. Okay, so that is probably where I'd actually so say new data set, yes. So that's where I kind of went in. I don't have that kind of first button anymore. Choose upload. So this looks exactly where we are now. Okay, so upload. Make sure you've downloaded and uploaded and unzipped the sales order. Okay. In the choose select orders. So in the choose your sheet dialog box, select orders and choose edit preview. So upload file. Go here, sales orders, open, uploading file. Oh, this is nice. Scanning your file. Select orders. That's exactly what we're looking to do. Edit preview data. Edit preview data. Oh, this is nice. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. I like this. This is very classy. Very, very classy. I like this. Okay. Let's go back to our tutorial here. So in the sheet, we want to add a preview. Okay, we did preview the data. Prepare the data. So step 4, now that you've uploaded your data set, you need to prepare the data. So that's ready for reports, preparing the data. Can include standardizing field names, removing fields, and then calculations. Okay. For more information, you know, you can look into that link here. Okay, so on the edit preview data screen, clear the checkbox for row ID. So clear the checkbox for row ID. We don't have a checkbox. We don't have a checkbox anymore. So clear the row, and I'm assuming for the exclude field. Isn't that it now? That's it now. Okay. So again, that's kind of different, right? Because you used to have a checkbox, and now you have to kind of exclude the field. And I'm sure you know this now looks exactly the same kind of data set that we basically had up here. So again, it's a little bit different, but it's not massively different. You know, if you spend enough time, you'd kind of figure this out. That removes the row field. Okay, then add calculated field. So we want to add calculated field. We want to add a calculated field. Search field. Exclude the field. Oh, that goes down there. Okay. Add calculated field. So that's slightly different. That's nice. Okay. And then we want to sort of say add calculated field, which we did in the edit calculated field box. In the function that choose. Okay, hang on. So in the edit, calculated field dialog box. Okay, so we're here. Here's our functions basically. Choose date diff. Date diff. Date diff. Date diff is this guy. Okay. So now we want to sort of say in the functions list date diff. Then in the field list choose order date, type a comma, and choose ship date. So in the field name here, so order date, order date, comma, calculate field name is processing time. So I need to take this guy here. So just put that in here. Processing time is going to be order. No, doesn't seem to do much. Order fields. Order. Is it in here? Okay. The formula here. Okay, the formula for your new calculated field should appear. So the name of the calculated field name is processing time, which we have, and the formula is this. So order date and ship date. Okay, so that's your formula there. So your formula now goes into here, I believe, which looks right. So date diff, the order date and the ship date. So you're going to difference the order date and the ship date. Okay, it just looks slightly different, right? And then basically sort of say save here. So it looks like errors found, order date. It's order dash. It's order space date. Then ship date. That's the two fields. Save. Okay. Okay. So now you have your order date, ship date, and now we can say processing time. Processing time, which we have. So we've done this. Choose save. Process calculated fields. You seem to kind of go into it. Kind of goes into all fields. Calculated fields processing time. Okay. Okay, so choose save, which we did. Create analysis. Okay, create analysis. Complete these steps to create a new analysis of your prepared sales order data set. Okay. On your data set dashboard, choose sales orders. On your data sets dashboard, just save and publish. Publish and visualize. So where's my on your data sets dashboards, choose sales orders. So I'm assuming we have to save that and then publish. And then let's cancel that for 1 second, cancel this for 1 second, go back to your QuickSight. So here's your sales order analysis. That's why it looks slightly different. So here's your sales order analysis. Okay, we're getting this now. So basically your data sets, here's your data set analysis that, updated kind of a few minutes ago. So you can kind of click in here, you can kind of modify this as you kind of need to. Because now we have, all of those fields, and there's our kind of processing time that we've kind of added. It all just looks a little bit different, I've got to be honest, but you can save analysis, you can share it out, you can export it to PDF. Well, you can do, if you look at data sets here, data sets in the analysis, you can look at your data sets. If you go back to here, so if I look at my dashboards, data sets, okay, so you're in your data sets, that's where they were looking here. It just looks slightly different. So basically if you What do they want us to do in your sales order? Okay, create analysis. So now we're looking to say create analysis somewhere. Create analysis. Okay, just in a different place again. Create analysis. Here, we're here. That looks good. Here, create a visual. So follow these steps to create a visual analysis. You use autograph to dynamically create a visual based on your customer ID field. Okay, so that's how to do it. So in the fields list, choose customer ID. Customer ID. Okay, just cancel this for 1 second. Customer ID. Customer ID. Okay. Select customer ID and autograph. Autograph. Okay. So customer ID in the fields list. Autograph generates a showing of count of records by customer ID. So there's our autograph. Visualize format. So you can modify here all of the actual properties of this type of report here. This is nice. Okay, so click and drag the graph to the resize of the window. Okay, ours is kind of big enough, so but you could kind of do that if you really kind of wanted to, you know, for output. And it looks like you can drag it down here, so that's all nice. Okay, and then what are we going to do? Now that you've created your first visual, you can make changes to visual by adding a filter or changing the visual type. Follow the steps to make the visual. In the fields list, choose order priority in the fields list. The fields list. Oh, can't I go down here? Order priority. Order priority. Okay. Fields list. Okay. Now you have a count of records by priority placed with the customer. On the left hand, choose filter, and then choose filter, and then you can put a country. Select a country. So I can do a filter here. I can do a filter visuals. That's not that. I can do a filter. Where's the filter? Add filter for this field. Okay, so I can add a filter. Country. Okay. Select the box for the United States. Okay, so it looks like we can create this filter, edit this filter, include only the United States. So I just want to try, can I search for this? No, I can't. It doesn't look like I can actually search. United States I can select and I can apply. Okay, count of records by customer ID and priority. Okay, so I have a country, include only the United States. So this is only the United States here. And if you hover over, you can basically sort of see all of this information kind of coming through here, this data coming through here. So this looks really, really good. So what a priority to count at the high and medium, you know, all of this kind of information here. So you can actually sort of see here, you basically have your nice legend as well. So you can, you know, check that. You can add more visuals. Here, you know, you can do a kind of pie chart, you know, if you really kind of want to do so. Looks like you can go into sheet 2 and you can create something here, add. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this, and I don't want to see this. But here I can do a kind of pie chart. Then I can kind of add fields to this pie chart. So let's sort of say customer ID. Okay, so you know, here's your kind of sheet 1 with your kind of graph, and here's 2 with your kind of pie chart, and you can sort of see, you know, I'm sure you can kind of add filters then kind of here. Well, like I can right click this and I can sort of say, you know, add a filter for this field. Let's see what this does. This is also a filter here, so I can just click that button and sort of say add filter here. So if I just wanted country again, and I wanted to edit this filter, and if I just wanted Argentina, for example, I can sort of see all of the custom IDs just for Argentina. So this is, you basically have to kind of play around with this a little bit. You have to kind of understand how it, kind of all fits together. Having your data structured appears to be really kind of critical, because you need to make sure that all of this kind of data is really kind of structured. But this is great in the sense where it's so easy to use, it's so fast. You can sort of see, then you can create a pie chart. I'm not going to do that. Then you can publish as a dashboard here. So let's sort of see if I can publish as new dashboard here. So I can sort of say, my tests, I publish dashboard, okay. And then I could kind of save it off. I can share it. I can look at the data. I can export it. I can do an awful lot kind of then with that kind of setup. So that's what we kind of did. This here, complete the following steps to capture the sales order analysis into a story. A story creates a narrative about the aspect of the analysis. I'm not going to kind of do it. You can look at, working with stories in Amazon QuickSight documentation. Let's just sort of see what it actually kind of does anyway. You select your fields, choose story. So you want to have a story. And then, it basically sort of looks like it kind of gives you these analysis kind of, the story of kind of the build up of how you kind of can see multiple kind of little graphs all together. So that's really kind of nice. And then you can kind of play them, and then I'm assuming you can kind of download them and pass them off to somebody else. Okay. So now what we're going to do, just to make sure, is that in this step we're going to delete the resources in this lab, deleting resources. It's best practice. Delete the dashboard. So I'm going to say here, delete the dashboard on the QuickSight. Go choose all dashboards. So go back here to dashboards. Delete. Okay, yeah, that's what we did. Delete analysis. Choose on analysis. Delete. Done. Delete. Go back to where we didn't have anything. Delete the data, choose the manage data and delete the data set. Okay, so this is just, so we want to just delete that. Delete. Okay, delete. Manage QuickSight usage and subscription. For more information. Okay, that doesn't look like we. For information about pricing on Amazon, use the trial. Okay. So it does look like we've deleted our dashboards, we've deleted our analysis, we've deleted our data. Now, one thing I just want to kind of be clear about is to make sure that, we want to keep everything in free, right? So we want to keep everything in free. But we chose, when we created this setup, and I'm not sure if we can kind of go back to that screen at all. It doesn't look like we actually can. But really, what we want to make sure is, we don't have anything here that we haven't created or uploaded. So I'm hoping that this kind of keeps us, in the free tier. But what we'll have to do is just kind of check our costs back in the console later on, just to kind of make sure that we're not being charged. So if I kind of go to account here, billing, cost information, you want to just kind of keep an eye on your costs. Skip tour for let's just, okay. So we're preparing your costs. Cost breakdown. You know, just kind of keep an eye on your costs. So your kind of billing and cost management home, set this as a favorite. So if I sort of go to costs here, costs here, here's your kind of billing or favorite. You see you have a little star beside this. Just set that as kind of one of your kind of favorites, and then when you kind of go back into AWS, you can sort of see you have your billing and costs. I would certainly keep an eye on that because it's important that we always kind of keep our costs in check. Make sure that we stay in the free tier. Okay, so we learned a lot on this one, and we're going to continue in the next. Thank you.